For the sake of this video, I've created a new traffic campaign because I'm assuming that most of you, when you're going to start scheduling your ads, you're probably going to do it from a brand new campaign. You'll see here that I'm in the ad set section of this new traffic campaign. So all this lives at the ad set level. And to get started scheduling, we need to scroll down to the aptly named budget and schedule section of the interface. Unfortunately, Facebook likes to hide where the scheduling options are. Here, all you can really see are budgets, and you have some sort of a schedule here because there's a start date and an end date, which is optional with the daily budget setup. But this isn't quite the type of scheduling that we're thinking of, right? We want to do something that's day of the week, time of the day, so on and so forth. That actually lives in this Show More Options button down here. So if I click on that, you'll see that ad scheduling is here. It says run ads all the time. If I hover over, you'll notice that there is a pencil that pops up here, but I can't click on it because scheduling is only available with lifetime budgets. So the fact that Facebook defaults you to a daily budget means that you would not be able to schedule your ads on most campaigns until you shift it over to a lifetime budget. Unfortunately, that's even if you add an optional end date to your campaign. You still cannot schedule ads unless you're utilizing a lifetime budget. There are some pros and cons to daily budget versus lifetime budget that does have some impact on performance of your campaigns, how Facebook tries to optimize, so on and so forth. But for the sake of scheduling only, we will need to opt into utilizing a lifetime budget. So I'll come up here and choose from the drop down, shift this from daily to lifetime. Now we've reset. Facebook has given it a new budget, nicely enough. It is up to $350 for the lifetime of the campaign. So then if I come down here in the additional options section, if I hover over ad scheduling, now we can see that the pencil to edit is blue. So if we click on this, it gives us a checkbox, which is effectively the same thing that we had before. It might as well have just opened it. But then if we actually check the box here, we can start to do some cool stuff. Now we can start to see the schedule down here at the bottom of where we can start to fill in different hours. And I want to just show you how easy this is. Just think of this as a regular table. Everything in this first line is going to be for Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, each of the days of the week. And then you've got the hour increments starting at 12 a.m. up to 3 a.m., 6 a.m., so on and so forth, where each of the blocks in here represents a 1 hour gap. So if we were to check this box here, we would be targeting from 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. on Mondays only. And the nice thing is, that's as easy as it is to start targeting different times and days on Facebook. You simply have to come into the builder. You can check individual segments of time if you want to. You can click and drag while you have the button pressed on your mouse, drag down and it'll add all those hours. Or you can do something even different. You can come down and let's say that every day you want to target people from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. You can come down in this bottom section here and either check all of the individual boxes, or you can just again click and drag and add all of those hour increments for all of the days of the week. So it's very easy to make sure that you have your ads scheduled for the specific hours that you want, and Facebook will adjust your campaigns to be on or off based on the hours here. And just as a quick key, in case it wasn't completely obvious, anything that is blue is going to be a scheduled hour, and that's when your ads are going to be running. The only other option we have here is one right above this chart, and it is an important distinction. There are two different time zones you can run these ads on. It's going to default to use the viewer's time zone, so I'm in Eastern time, but if I were to run an ad schedule that looked something like this, even if it weren't, just completely messy the way I have it set up here, and I can't even clear those out, I'm not very good at clicking. If I were to run the ads like this, I would see it in my time zone in Eastern time in the United States from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. But somebody in the Pacific time of the United States would see it from their 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., even though that's 3 hours different than mine. People on the opposite side of the world, we would almost be running on completely opposite times because their 6 p.m. is my 6 a.m. So I would have ads for the 12-hour period where they didn't, and vice versa. The other option you have here is to run ads based on the account's time zone. This account is set up on Central Time, so effectively I would be running ads. If I chose this, I in Central Time would be seeing ads show up from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. and somebody on Pacific Time would be seeing it from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. But users in Central Time would be 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. because that's where it's set up. This can be very useful if you have specific sales. I'm thinking about Black Friday sales, things like that, where there is a specific cutoff and it stops typically at something like midnight Eastern Time or midnight Pacific Time in the US. You want to make sure that your ads shut off consistently for all users and that people don't continue to see sale ads when the sale is already gone, or they don't see the sale ads before the sale has even even started. That's a terrible user experience. So depending on why you're scheduling your ads and depending on what type of messaging you'll be using, make sure that you choose whether you want to use the account time zone or the viewer's time zone to run this schedule on. Now, I just gave you one example, but I do want to hop into a few scenarios where you might want to use ad scheduling in your Facebook ads account.